All right, man, so y'all know what time it is, man. You might have to get your wallets out after this video because we potentially have a case that is shaking up the top rankings on the channel. And you know the greats that blesses this channel when it comes to it, man. But we got to take a look at the Griffin Survivor Endurance. Now, I'm not sure which one of you highly recommended me this case, but I am so glad you did. I went out there, bought on Amazon, got it in, and I was like, I got to expedite this video. I got to push this video up a little bit. So let's go ahead and get into it. I don't know if this is my first time reviewing a Griffin case on the channel, but you already know when it's our first time, we step through it, take a little bit longer to see everything that it has going on. So here is the packaging. Nice packaging, as you can see. Survivor, 14 feet of drop protection. And this is made for the 13 Pro Max and the 12 Pro Max. All right. I know a lot of you guys always ask me sometimes, are these cases cross compatible? And this is going to be one of them. Endurance for MagSafe, built-in magnets for MagSafe. We have 3 layers of protection, and we have raised edge that protects the screen. 3 layers of drop protection, enhanced grip. We love to see that when it comes to a case. Built for MagSafe, antimicrobial defense, and made with recycled plastic. All right, and there's some more things down here. Military standard, drop tested, scratch resistant, which is very nice. Guaranteed for lifetime warranty, and it is 5G compatible. Okay, so let's go ahead and open it up. You don't really get nothing in the packaging but the case itself. So let's go ahead and throw that to the side, and let's take a look at the case now. Before we get going, I forgot. Let me grab my scale so we can make sure to get to that when it comes time. So let's take a look at this case, man. And right offhand, you already know this case has one of my favorite features, and that is going to be the frosted back. All right. I love me a frosted back case. I don't know what it is about it. I just really love it. So let's go around this case. Let's see what it's working with. On that top side, as you can see, it's completely closed, and you can already start to see those grips that they are talking about with this case. On that left side, you get a very nice volume up and down, and these are going to be textured, and you get that cutout for your mute toggle, that same level of grip that's going down to the bottom. On the bottom side, you do have wide open ports. That's one thing that I may not care for, but you do have just wide open ports down here. On the right side, you get a little branding that says Survivor. You get that same grip right here, kind of breaking off right here in the middle, and then returning on the top side with that texture button. And on the back, you have a nice raised camera hump, and actually, this is that frosted back, and it is recessed down in there, and you can see those MagSafes right here. All right, so let's go ahead and bring the scale over here. One day this thing's gonna die from battery because I never know how much battery. I'm gonna pop this thing on one day and it's gonna be completely dead. But let's drop it on the scale, and this is gonna be rated at 41 grams. All right, and this is a pretty light case in my opinion. Just by picking it up and handling it, it does seem pretty good. So let's go ahead and bring the Alpine Green 13 Pro Max over here, and let's slap it on. And yes, that is a very, very nice fit right there. All right, so this is basically the way it's gonna look on the Alpine Green 13 Pro Max. I make sure I slow down so you guys can see. Somebody told me I moved the case around too much. You can never really see it on the phone, so I'm gonna make sure I take my time with it and make sure that you can see the case on the actual phone itself. All right, so you'll be able to see that Alpine Green through the camera hump, but when it comes to the rest of the actual case, you kind of really can't see it. It's going to be kind of muted when it comes to these colors right here. All right, so let's go ahead and check everything out. So when it comes to that mute toggle switch, easy to get to, no issues at all getting to that mute toggle. Volume up and down, nice and clicky. Doesn't really hear it much, but they are nice and clicky when it comes to the buttons. As for that bottom, just like I said, man, those things are wide open on the bottom. So I would probably like to see a little bit more accurate and kind of slim that down just a little bit, but that's how it is on the back. And on the power button, nice and tactile, no issues there. And you can see that camera is recessed down up in there. So you're good to go when it comes to that. Now, taking a look at that lay on the table protection, I am rocking that tempered glass screen protector. So it does have a nice little lip that goes in it. Now, somebody told me also that I need to pay closer attention to the lips when it comes to this. So this has a nice little lip that goes all the way around it. So when you drop it down on this ground, I'm pretty sure you'll be completely fine. They set up to 14 feet of drop protection, and it does feel like it could probably protect yourself when you're talking about a drop. All right, now how does this case fit on the phone? Because this is a new one. This is one thing that I was curious about, because I heard a rumor out there saying that this case doesn't fit well. You can see, I don't know what they were talking about, man. This thing fits very well. So starting at the top, you get no budge at all when it comes to the top. Coming down the sides, even by the buttons, you don't get a lot of pull. Coming along the bottom, very, very stiff. Even on the bottom down here, you barely get any pull. So this thing fits up here very snug. When it snaps on all the corners with confidence, with authority, and it's not a case that's going to come off on its own because the fit is A1 perfect when it comes to this case. No creaking, no feeling like the phone is moving around in the case, nothing like that. And moving into how does it feel in the hand, it actually feels very good in the hand. And this is another knock that I probably would say with the phone. It kind of makes the 13 Pro Max feel a little bit more wider when you're talking about holding it. And even though that they do have grips on the sides, I would have liked to see them just maintain that grip right here on the right side. I'm not sure why they got rid of it. I can kind of see it for ergonomics and holding on to it, but I would have really liked that grip texture, for one, to be a little bit more pronounced, to give you a little bit more grip. And I don't really like how they broke it up on the sides. But with that aside, this case feels very good in my hand. It keeps a thin profile, definitely not a thick case at all right? This is still a relatively thin case when you're talking about cases in the grand scheme of protection. So don't feel like it's going to add a bunch of bulk or anything like that. So feels good. You already know you got that nice frosted back, that matte texture that's not going to show any fingerprints. Now, they did say this was scratch resistant, but that's something that you kind of got to test over time when you're talking about using these cases. All right, so let's go ahead and test out the MagSafe strength. For one, it works just fine with MagSafe, as you can see here. And you already know the test is if it can pick this up, that's very strong magnets. If it can almost start to move it, that's pretty decent magnets. And if it doesn't move it at all, you kind of have just weak to the average magnets. And I'll put this kind of in the middle. You can hear it start to pick this up, but it's not going to have any super strong magnets than the outliers out here when you're talking about the ones that just have powerful magnets. All right, so average magnets at best, definitely not weak, but I think it just has okay magnets when it comes to that. And using your MagSafe accessories, now I don't have a wallet in hand, but let me just pop on the Apple MagSafe battery and it fits in there just fine. Stop. So fits in this little groove, even down here when it comes to the camera, fits just perfectly when we are talking about the Apple MagSafe battery pack. So here it is, the Griffin Survivor Endurance. Let me tell you something. As soon as I took this out the package, and I was like, oh yeah. And honestly, it has not been off of my phone since I've popped it on last night, a little bit of, before I got to the video. I had to test fit it myself and see what it was working with. So very nice case, man. Very nice, snug fit, MagSafe, frosted back, has a little bit of grip on the sides, very nice and tactile buttons. I mean, this case literally is checking all of the boxes for me. And we might have to do maybe one more top cases, because I guarantee you, unless something changes and I get some dope cases in the next couple months or so, this might be in that top 5, shaking it up. So one more time, taking a look at it right here on that Alpine Green 13 Pro Max. Go check it out. If you're into frosted cases, I got another option right here that you can check that case out as well. But until next time, everyone, please be safe. Catch you on the next one. Later.